Hello and good morning, afternoon. Hope everyone is having a great Thursday. I can't believe it's already Thursday. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We did skincare at the 10 o'clock. And so now we are going to, we're going to get started. And I think what I would like to do is we talked about, hey, Leora, hey, Donnie. We talked about, doing makeup maybe for a special event and things like that. So I want to get started with that. So I am going to use, of course, I do have a little bit of concealer on. And I'm going to use Velvet Veil, of course, underneath my eyes. And even though I didn't wipe off my concealer, I'm just going right on top of it. And a little, I use Velvet Veil just with my fingers. I'm like, I do this. Then the dropper, I feel like the dropper is an extra step on really. I might have to wipe this one off because this had, let me see if I can blend that. The dropper I feel like is an extra step, and I feel like I waste some of the product if I can just put it directly on my face and not have to necessarily like put in the dropper, drop it on my hand, blah, 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 all that. So I just do this, put it on my 11 there, make sure I have it around my, hello. And I kind of just pat it in to make sure it dries. Hello, Angela. All right. So Velvet Veil is on. I just need to make sure that it seems like I'm creasing on my eyes because, of course, I didn't put it there. But there we go. All right. So now I want to go in because if I wanted a little more coverage, if I wanted, if I was doing my makeup to do an event or for, special occasion, I of course would go a little, I don't even like to say heavier, but I would spend a little more time, make a little more I would make more passes. So I could have like seriously flawless coverage. And I do find that even though I do like our concealers and putting them on underneath, I find as far as the, as far as the longevity of the makeup and everything, I feel like I get more bang for my buck. Now I get more, I just think it looks awesome when it's all airbrushed. Sometimes I would wear some concealer, the regular concealer, but for long days and stuff, I go to more airbrushing. Again, making more passes, so I'm still getting like super coverage, but it's not going to look heavy or cakey. So now this is the concealer, and I'm going to go right on top underneath my eyes, making those passes. Leora, you can use our concealer. The concealer, the liquid concealer, is an amazing eye primer. It does not allow any movement. So if you want to put that on first, and I do that a lot, I'll put on either Buff or, you could use whatever, one you have. Use that as the primer powder and then put the eyeshadow on over that. If I need to go in and blot underneath the eyes, you'll want to do that as soon as possible because it does dry very quickly. Remember, it should almost dry to the touch. Like as soon as you apply it, see, and now I did a little bit too much on my nose. Whoop. So I'm going to have to blend this out a little bit. And I think I said this yesterday, but when I'm doing my makeup, I actually do go over my lips. because I like to go in and have that really clean line when I do the liner. So just so everything is blended, I don't want, so you can see it right here. I don't know if that's, okay. And again, this is still the concealer that I'm making sure is on. I did about 4 drops. That's, you know, that's some good coverage. I don't have to, you know, really apply any more. I'm going to grab the foundation and shaking it up. And I'm still, even though I know a lot of you like Mystic, and Mystic is great for full coverage. And so sometimes I would use Mystic for a special occasion, but sometimes I still just like the Silk. I use Silk over the weekend when doing the conference. It's my go-to foundation. Man, I feel like I have a line there too. I don't know if that's where the... I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's where I stopped with the Velvet Veil maybe, and I didn't blend it. You have to be careful with the Velvet Veil, making sure not to put too much on, making sure to blend that. Hello, Mickey, how are you? And now I'm just going back, making passes to get the coverage that I want. Okay, going down the 11, going down my nose. I just keep making those passes. I have enough coverage under my eyes with the concealer, but now I'm just going to go in here and keep layering it. I don't like the word layer. I keep making passes until I get the coverage. Mickey loves the Velvet Veil. Until I get the coverage that I want. I don't like layers because with Luminess, layers to me it sounds more like traditional makeup where you're having to put makeup on, put makeup on, put makeup on, put makeup on, and you're piling it on, you're layering it. But because Luminess works with your skin, you're not covering every inch of the face. And so it really does work with your skin, and I have to say this is pretty darn good coverage. Blend it down my neck, and there you go. So this is some coverage. And then at this point, there are two different ways. Now, if I was getting ready, I actually have to go run an errand during lunch, so I don't want to look too crazy while I go run the errand. I probably, if I was going to do my eyes with traditional eyeshadow, I would do the eyes first. But when I'm doing this, I'm actually going to do I did the foundation first, I did my concealer first, did the Velvet Veil. When I get to the eyes, I'm going to do a powder guard underneath to protect the rest of my face. So I don't have to clean it up. All I have to do is like, whoop, sweep it. And then I'm good to go. So that's the one thing. I would do my brows first. To me, doing the brows first helps align everything else. And so I do like doing my brows. Now this stylus is so precise that it doesn't get on my brows. It's not getting into my hair. It's not getting, I mean, I moved my earring back, but it only goes where you point it. It does not go everywhere, okay? So right now, because if I'm getting ready for an event, I am going to powder before I add anything else on. Okay? And the reason for that is if you are emceeing an event or you're going to be in front of a camera, you do want to be matte. And so if I was going to be on camera, I probably wouldn't do any shimmer. However, I am going to add some shimmer to this as well. And I'll go ahead, let's do, of course, the Lion King. I'll go ahead and add some of that. Oh, you also, and so I'm gonna start here. Adding my little bit of shimmer and go down my nose and go right there in my Cupid's bow. And when we start adding more shape to my face, it'll all, when I start contouring all of that, it'll all come together. Now, the good thing about doing the shimmer first is if you do get it a little heavy-handed, I'm going to cover it up with maybe some bronzer. And so that will blend, because I'm going to definitely blend those together, so it will be a little bit softer. Okay, Mikey asked, can you clarify something for me? Does Ultra give you more coverage or Mystic? And the answer to that is Mystic. Mystic is our full coverage foundation. It is going to have more pigment in it. It's a heavy pigment load. So you're not going to have to do as many passes, but it will give you more coverage than Ultra. Now, Ultra, you can get full coverage. You're just going to have to make more passes. All right. There you go. All right, guys. Now, the other thing I love is because our lip jelly came out, I would add the lip jelly, even though I'm going to put color on my lips. I would add the lip jelly for that tingling feeling, for that lip plumping feeling. Again, for an event. I want my lips to look luminous. So I can put this on while getting ready. And I'm piling that puppy on. It's going to moisturize. It does have a little bit of a tint to it. However, for an event or TV, I would definitely want more color. So I'm going to leave that on for now to let my lips plump up. And then we will finish the look. Actually, let's go ahead and do some contouring. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll get that out of the way. Of course, I'm going to be using the Lion King palette. The Cut 1 palette is an amazing contouring. Cut 1 or Cut 2. You can contour, you can highlight. You can use it for eyes. You can do anything and everything with it. It is amazing. The Lion King palette is mainly just for contouring or sculpting. And so I'm going to use the bottom left two, like the bottom left and the middle one. And start adding some shape to the fish. Yeah, the lip plumper is one I leave, like I usually have one in my bag at all times or my car. Because when you just need something on your lips, it feels so good. And I'm just kind of blending those together. I can go back and now you'll see the shimmer come out a little bit more because it has something to contrast with, to compare it to. And there we go. All right. Now at this point, if I wanted to add something to my eyes, I can definitely do that. If I used to put one like all over, but I've kind of changed it up a little bit, and I start with the dark in the crease, and then I kind of go from there. It's just something a little bit different. I always tell you guys to do it a different way. It's just a new way that I started, and it kind of refreshes how you do your makeup. Even when you do it in a different order, it can kind of help. Oh, Andy gets the lip flipper today. Oh yeah, yes, it does work. Great shadow. So there we go. We're gonna stop here. We'll finish the look at 3. And so I'll do the eyes, and we'll update the lips, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great lunch, and I hope to see you back here at 3. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.